All right, let's say we have some relationship that are not right and we want to delete them, or we don't need them. What do we do? How do we get to delete them? So just right click on this particular, is it arrow or whatsoever? Just right click, and what you see is delete. You just click on delete and you have it deleted. And maybe the calendar as well, or you don't need this particular, product to be connected to it. So now, or what you did was you did a wrong, connection here. I'm going to delete it and actually show you what I'm talking about. So if you wanted to connect this particular product ID to the product ID here, and mistakenly you connected it to this particular customer ID, let's see what happens. So now it wouldn't tell you that something is wrong. So you're going to get to know that the relationship you've done right here is wrong when you get to power the Excel, where you start creating your pivot table to actually analyze the data, and the filter context will definitely not work the way it should be. So if you've noticed that you didn't actually do the right connection here, and this table was not actually connected, so how do you fix this? So as you can see, you can be on home, you still see this view, be on design, you see this view, be on advanced, you still see this view. The only time you don't see this view is when you make change of the view to data view and you start seeing your data. So let us go back to diagram view. And now I'm going to go to design view. Under design view, you can see where it says create relationship and manage relationship. Under create relationship here, it's some kind of telling you to create a fresh relationship. That is where you wouldn't use the feature of drag and drop. So you just have to do it in the other way around. Let's try that and see how we can actually create this relationship to this one here. So if I click on create relationship, I'm going to have this. So I have product returns. So you can check which product do you want to link to another. I want to choose my fact table. Now that is my first table. So you can see the IDs we have and other columns we have right here. And the next one is for me to choose which particular table do I want to link this particular fact table right on. So I click on it and I bring up my, customer lookup, which is this table that has no relationship yet with this table. So with that right now, we have to make sure we select the IDs that actually can link them together. So if I select this one now, and come here and select this particular customer, so you can see. But if I select the wrong one, what do we have? We have wording, strange review. So the relationship between fact table, customer ID, and customer lookup country is many to many. So it doesn't really work that way. So what you can do now is to make sure you map it to the right customer ID that is peculiar to this one on the fact table right here. And you're going to see it's active, no error. So if I go ahead and click on OK right now, let's see what we have. So now you can see we have customer ID to customer ID right in here. And that is beautiful, one-to-many relationship. So we've just solved this. And the other one that we need to solve now, if you look at it, we have a tick line, which is telling us that something is actually wrong with this relationship. So the only way to fix this is when you right click, you can see where it says edit relationship, or you can go to edit relationship right here. So click on it and see. So now we have the relationship that exists between this table and this table here. So all you have to do is to identify it. So we're going to identify our fact table to our product. So here's our product lookup to our customer lookup, which is actually bad. So click on edit. Now you can see fact table and product table, and the mapping is wrong. So we have our customer ID on top of our product ID. So all we just have to do right now is to make a switch between this particular customer ID to this very product ID here, and that will be corrected for us. Just go ahead and click on OK. So now we can close this. So if you look at this now, you don't have the tick, tick right here. I don't know what to call it. So we have it pointing at the right ID right now. So this is how you can just, edit your, relationship and make sure you have things correctly. So now we don't have to do anything again. So I want to show you one more thing. We have a stock ID here. If I decide to actually still connect my stock ID right now to this, it's going to give me what we call inactive relationship, which means we cannot use this relationship except we make sure we switch this for this. So now right click and go to make as active. So let us wait for it. Now it's giving us some kind of, errors. So we cannot really have two relationship activated in the same table. So what we are going to do in that matter is to make one of it, like we can now make this one as inactive. We make this one as inactive, already is active. When we make it inactive, so now it's done. So you can see the one that's inactive now is the date. Oh, sorry, I think we did the wrong one. So let me just bring it back to active, make it as active. So it's done. So we come here now. Here is this one here. This one here going to this. So we can make it inactive. So we can see we have two inactive right now. So if what we want to use is the one coming to stock, you can now click right now, right click and actually make it as active. So that is all you can do. So if I hover over it now, you can see we have, oh, sorry, let me just do it again, inactive. So now we click on this one. I'll make this one active. So now this one coming to this particular stock date now is not is now active, and this one coming here is inactive. So this is exactly what you can do. Two dates here and one date table here. We cannot connect this particular two dates inside this particular date and make sure the two of them is active. It will not allow us. So what you can do is to actually use one and make it active. So that is exactly what we are supposed to do. So we're going to actually switch this particular stock ID to this one. So by making this one inactive, and once we've made this one inactive, what we can do now, we can go ahead and turn this one to be the active one right now, which means we want to use the date coming to our transactional date, not the one going to our stock date. And that is exactly what we can do. Or you can actually decide to have this deleted. You don't need it because we are not going to use it. Why must you have that connected? So now we just have one connection to our date table, and that is all. So this is all you need to know about relationships. So hope this helps.